people in this room from different places, and all of you come together to talk about the same issue. So it's very interesting to see our different perspectives on what we see as our possibility as we work through the day. Be curious, ask questions. Sit with your knees no further apart than 20 centimeters. Okay, is it right, Quentin? Yes. That doesn't surprise. I want your chairs to be in a circle so that you are facing each other. So close the circle. The circle is the idea of a closed space. You contain the energy within that space. And you're almost leaning into the conversation. So you're almost creating a mini little community on your own as you start to talk. Quite softly so people will hear what you say. Let all voices be fully heard. Watch for those voices on the margin who don't talk. Because a very big part of community is bringing the voices on the margin into the center. The voices that we don't hear. And today, we have lots of school kids here. Where are the school kids? Raise your hands. So today we're going to have a great conversation between the young people and us old bogies.
When we spoke with my group, we found out that when in a meeting, maybe when you meet with the staff or whomever you're meeting with, there is a room for everyone to understand things the way they understand it. And then they have a right to come to you and say that they understand it this way, or it's a yes or no situation. But it is always best to take the no's, because the no's, they put perspective to the yes. So another thing that we spoke about was that when in a meeting, especially when you're a manager of that particular group, it is very important to know that you're not only dealing with the situation, but you're also dealing with the people in the room and their characters. I'll tell you how. Because when maybe this lady here is one of my subordinates, and she doesn't want to listen to anyone. She thinks everything she says is right. In a school context, you should know that that character you don't need, because just imagine what she does to the young kids. Then you will know that this person maybe needs classes on interpersonal, how to interact with the people, how to make a point across without fighting anyone. So that is how I'm saying. That is why I'm saying you're dealing with a situation, but also you are learning and dealing with the characters of people a certain way. And we also found that I personally resent parents, and other people don't. I resent parents for not taking their initiative. They have left everything to the teachers, and for the teachers, it's too much. Now they don't know if they should teach. All of them should teach guidance and part of the syllabus, because now kids have gone everywhere.
Okay, I just want to, with your permission, since I know you personally, I want us to see that in this situation we need to avoid statements like that. I resent parents, because we don't know the stories. It's so easy for any one of us, so easy to say the teacher's the problem, or the parents the problem, or the kids the problem. I want to challenge you to ask the deeper question. Look here first. So the question to ask is, why do I resent parents?
I'm Clint Leviton, and this first conversation for me was enlightening, in the sense that we found out what our various interests are. We found out our reason for attending this conference, and we found out that each one of us have possibly different possibilities of the outcomes of what this is going to be about at the end of the day. Just briefly on the invitation to this conference, not actually a conference, what I liked about it when I got the invitation from Quentin is the fact that they said it was a discussion. Because many of us sitting around the room here today are tired of attending conferences and seminars, etc., etc., and coming back with possibly nothing more than that we went in with. So leaving here today, possibly we're going to be equipped with better possibilities of how to do things and better ways of getting the voices heard out there, and also bringing people in to the concept of discussion instead of seminar or conference.
In the assemblies, you have your pupils that are naughty and don't come to assembly. And when the principal talks about the problems of naughtiness, smoking, late coming, the ones you want to address are not in the assembly. Now, I find the educators here, or the people here, they are the ones that are interested. They are the ones that want to make a difference. And I was talking to a teacher down here, and she said she came from a school that was one of the top schools in Cape in South Africa. It was really high, and she wanted to make a difference, so she went to her community school and she tried to make a difference. Now, I find in my group, there are people that are aware of the problems in education, and they want to make a difference. Now, sometimes in your schools, you basically got two types of educators. One with a calling and a passion. The other one, they had no option. They had no option. They went to university, they did their degree, and because they couldn't get a job, they went into teaching. Teaching should not be a no-option profession. It should be a calling for everyone. And if we get people that love teaching and find it a calling, we can make a difference. We don't want people with no option in teaching.
Great. Thank you very much.
So I'm still dealing with kids. Very interested about the captions of this song, and I learned very much what it's trying to say. I can learn something from my kids. I learned that learning is a speaker. So all of us who are educators, I'm saying, let us go back there after the school holidays and listen. With open mind to what our learners have to say, because we can learn something from them. Our learners are troubled, our learners are traumatized, our learners come to school wanting, needing that love, needing support from us. But we are there to judge. We think we do the right thing all the time. But if we can start listening to our kids, learning from them, we can achieve more.
Say, and she battled to say that she said it. Now, isn't that powerful? Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rachel Racing, the head prefect at Pesha High School. For me, this was very encouraging. It was good to find out about the people in my group. When it came to why did they accept the invitation, they spoke about why they came to this actual event, and I was really encouraged to know that there are actually people, these are people who actually care about the future. They didn't just come just to fill the seat, but they came because they wanted to be an active participant in the future of the young people as well as the old people.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shivani, and what I found in our group here is that all of us come from different backgrounds, but we've gone into schools trying to make a bigger difference. And I think the difference is not just within the school, but also outside, changing the communities, the parents, the families around that, because when you look at a school, it's not an organization in isolation. It has to work with the community in order to develop our children the way we see them for the future. The other thing is I'd like to compliment all of you that are here from the teaching profession, because your dedication is proven by you being here even though you're on holiday. So well done to all of us who are here.
I'm a community development facilitator. What I've learned is that teachers are human beings too, and they also have their own families, they have their problems. They live in the world we live in. So we need to support them as community. We need to support them as parents. So it costs me nothing, but it instead gives me a lot of pleasure and satisfaction to have to go to my daughter's teacher and say to her, how can I help you? Just give her the appreciation. Thank her for, or him for doing what you are failing to do as a parent. Because as parents, we don't educate our children enough, and we don't have much of school or homeschooling here in South Africa. So we need to appreciate our teachers. We need to bond with them year after year. Bond with your child's teacher, and do listen to your child so that you help the teacher solve those problems, not just the child's problems, the other children's problems too. Because we are parents at the end of the day. We live in one world. So let's help one another build a better future and a brighter one for our children as well.
And what we found, we also blaming the governments that they're not giving proper foundations for the teachers. And what we found out is that it's the teachers. Some of them are coming from their homes with their problems. Maybe your man is hitting you, or you want to check your problem. That's your problem. Don't bring it to the children. Because this year, beginning of the year, the maths teacher gives us sums 1 plus 3, 2 plus 4. There are children that are getting it wrong. Why? It's grade 8 now. You are getting embarrassed at that because your grade 1 teacher, her man was hitting her. She was falling downstairs drunk in the middle of the night. So that's what I want to voice. My concern is that it's not the government. It's actually some of the teachers.
My name is Anita. I work with change in individuals and organizations. And we got onto the topic of change, and things we resent are often outside of us. But we got onto the topic of how do we support change, and who can we change, and how do we change the world. And my simple statement of you have to start with yourself, I can only change myself, didn't fall too well in the group, because we want to do more than that. And I think there's a lot we want to do more with that. And we got into talking about the fears that we have and the challenges we have, because sometimes if I put myself out there, there's repercussions against me. And so we started talking about our own responsibilities. What's our responsibility? Do we have to do so much, or can we just sit back and allow ourselves to live with what is? And I mean, I don't feel that there was a sense of satisfaction about that. But we were questioning back and forth about how do we actually influence? How do we actually change? Is it enough? Is it sufficient to start with me and work with me? Am I then an example for others, and I just have to wait for them to kind of find their own ways?